the project color code, right? So we're going to go into the instructional materials. It's going to be in the week 9, day 17, right? So here's the assignment, project color code, right? So here it is. All the way down. This is the example of what it's supposed to look like when we finish. The goal is to create 4 different squares, right? That is about 1 subject and 1 color, right? So we have a worksheet here. This is what we're going to open in Photopea, and I have some instructions up here, right? So I'm going to show you how to complete this assignment right here. I'm going to click on the link. That's the first step. Right, till it opens. There it is, right? And then we're going to open the worksheet right here. This one that's right here. I'm going to click and drag this image over to the Photopea. Until it opens. There it is, right? And I'm going to let go right here. Right, so it's going to load a little bit. There it is, right? So there is our worksheet. This is where we're going to be sticking each square. So we're going to need 4, right? Each square is going to have a subject and a different color, right? So let's start with filling in this first one. I'm going to start by creating a blank letter size page, right? So I'm going to go to File. I'm going to click on New, right? I'm going to go to Print, click on Letter, and press Create. That is how you create a new letter size blank sheet of paper, right? So once I click on Create, it should give me a blank sheet of paper, right? Okay, so this is where we're going to be dumping our pictures, right? We're going to be transferring our pictures into here, right? So we're going to open a new tab and we're going to go into Google. Right, let it load. There it is. Right, so you guys are going to choose a subject. I have here a couple of examples of what I've used so far, right? The example I've been using has been the Robert Downey Jr. one and the color pink, right? So I'm going to go to View Images, View All, right? Or you can just go into the Image tab, and it will give you all the pictures that they have on my subject with that color, right? So you guys can choose whichever subject you guys want. An athlete, it could be sports, right? It could be something more specific like swimming, right? Or baseball, right? Or it could be a baseball team or an athlete that would be more specific, right? You guys can be as broad or as specific as you want to, right? So it could be pet, dog, cat, right? Fishes, flowers, whatever you want, right? I'm just going to choose Robert Downey Jr. just because we've been using him as an example, right? So you're going to choose, search your subject and your color, both of them at the same time, okay? Put both of them in here, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to pick some pictures, right? Here are some pictures of Robert Downey Jr. in pink, so I'm just going to transfer them over, okay? Make sure you guys don't click on the images first, because if you click on them first, right, and then you try to transfer the image over to Photopea, it tells you no, right? It's like, nope, I don't understand what that is, right? So we close it, and you're just going to transfer directly from the image Google Gallery, the Google Image Gallery, right? I'm going to click and drag over to the Photopea tab until it opens, and I'm going to dump the picture right here in this letter size page, right? And there it is. Now it opened it. If your image should have these squares around as well, right? If it does, you can resize them now, right? Make them a little bigger if you want. You do not have to fill up the whole page. I'm just making it more visible for you guys, right? So I'm just going to make it so that it's more visible, right? So I'm going to go ahead and just keep putting in more pictures. I'm going to take this one. I'm going to bring it up to the Photopea tab until it opens. Let go right here, right? Then we have this other one. And we're going to need at least 3 to 4 pictures, right, for this assignment. I'm going to just click and drag images over, right, until I have the minimum. I'm going to bring this down over here, right, put it right there. And then let's take another last one, right? I'm going to take this one, right? There it is. So now I have my pictures, right? I'm gonna go into the move tool. Here are my pictures, right? Now we have our pictures. All right, so the next step is to make a selection. Actually, the next step would be to flatten the layers. You can do one or the other, but let's just do it in order, right? We're gonna flatten our layers. We're gonna flatten all of these images into one single layer, right? We need to do this so that when we make our selection, it takes all of the pictures, right? Not just one, because if you select one layer, that's all it's taking the information from, right? So we need to make sure all of the images are in the same layer so that when we transfer them, they all transfer together, right? So in order to do that, we can right click where the layers are right here. I can right click and this window pops up. And you can click this the second to last option, which is flatten image, right here. If the window doesn't pop up, then you can go into the menu bar up here, right? You're gonna click where it says layer right here at the top, right? And you can click on the last option, which is also flatten image, right? That will probably be the easiest way to do this. You can do either one or the other, right? Go through the menu bar or go through the windows, the layers windows, right? So we're gonna click where it says flatten image, right? Now that we have flattened the image, all of the layers have squeezed into one background layer, right? So now we have our one layer. Now we can go ahead and make a selection, right? Go into our toolbox and select the rectangle select tool, right? It's the second tool in our toolbox. Here it is, right? So I'm gonna click on it and then we're gonna activate this where it says free, right? We're gonna make it so that instead of us freehanding our selection, we're gonna do a fixed ratio, right? We need to have this selection as a perfect square because if not, the boxes won't fit perfectly with each other and they won't make a perfect square and it will not fit into your worksheet, right? So we're gonna switch this from free to fixed ratio. I'm gonna click right there, right? Now we have the 1-to-1 fixed ratio. That means that we can now select and it'll be in a perfect square, right? So I'm gonna make a selection. If I try to make it longer, it's not gonna let me, right? Right, longer or shorter, it's not gonna let me. So it's gonna make a perfect square. All sides are even, right? So I'm gonna let go, right? And now we have a selection. I can move my selection wherever I want to. If I want to move it a little bit to the top, right? There it is. Okay. Now that we have our selection, we're just gonna copy and paste over to our worksheet, right? So I'm gonna go to edit copy right here, edit copy, or you can press on your keyboards, Command C or Control C, right? Same thing. And then we're gonna go to the worksheet, which is right here, and then we're gonna go to edit paste or Command V or Control V. You do the same thing, right? On your keyboard. You're gonna click, and here is our box, right? The next step is to resize our image, right? So we're gonna go to edit, and then we're gonna go to free transform, right? Here it is. We're gonna go to edit and free transform, right? So I'm gonna click, and as soon as you click on free transform, there should be boxes around your image, right? Just like that. Okay. You're gonna grab one of the corner boxes, not one of the inside boxes, because that will not help us keep the image in a perfect square shape. And we need it to if it's perfectly into the box, right? So I'm gonna grab this corner box right here. I'm gonna hold the shift key down on my keyboard, right? Hold the shift key down, right? Make it a little smaller. I'm gonna let go. I'm gonna bring this down a little bit so it'll fit into the square, right? I'm holding the shift key down as I'm making my square bigger, right? And once it locks like that, I'm gonna let go. And now I know it fit in there, right? I'm gonna go into the move tool, right? And there it is. We have completed our first square, right? After you've done inserting your square, you're gonna go over here to where the layer 1, where it says layer 1, right here. And you're gonna double click, right? We're gonna rename our layer. Double click quickly and it should highlight it. And you're gonna put in the color and the subject that you chose for this project, right? You guys are gonna choose things that you would like, I would assume, right? I liked Robert Downey Jr. as an actor, so that's why I chose him, right? And I chose a color. The first thing I could think of was pink, so that is what I put in and when I Google searched, right? So this is where I have my color and the subject. Okay, and you're just gonna keep doing this over and over, right? You guys can go into the history window up here and go back to where it says open and go back to the part of the page where you opened it for the first time, right? And start all over. Or you can create a new letter size page, right? Go to File, New, go to Print, click on Letter and Create, and it'll give you a new piece of paper, right? And then you can put all your pictures for your second box right here, right? Once you're done, you're gonna go to File. Oh no, you're gonna take a screenshot. I'm sorry, we're not gonna download this. So we're gonna take a screenshot, right? Figure out how to take a screenshot on your computer. All computers are different, right? You should be able to take a screenshot of your computer, right? I'm gonna take a screenshot. Here's my screenshot right here at the bottom. I should be able to see your layers and all of the images that are here together, right? So you're gonna have 3 other layers, right? With the color and the name of the subject that you have chosen, right? You're gonna take a screenshot, you're gonna go back to Schoology, and you're gonna go into Submit, right? And insert the screenshot that you took, right? With all of your squares filled and all of the layers renamed with the color and the subject that you chose. And that's all.